All right, Kenman here. Today we are starting die project number 39. 39. Can you believe it? I tell you all that I've finished 38 dies, but you know that that is incorrect. Geez, when is he gonna do 15? Right? 15 is in limbo. It's in a purgatory, a state of unfinishedness. And we will get back to it. But today we're on 39. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. Oops, sorry, pardon me. If you have any thoughts or questions, please feel free to comment below. A lot of my Cartas handles I've been starting to mess around with more. But today is a micarta handle, and we are going to do this Kansept Kryo. We're going to take this one apart, get it ready for the die. What do you think we're going to do? I'm going to probably do some weathering, kind of like this leeb. This leeb was actually this kind of a color of micarta, and we added a bunch of colors to it and then did some sanding and weathering to kind of give it this kind of cool look. And I would like to try to do something similar with this. I'm thinking it's already a darker green, that if we just cover this with a bunch of maybe blue, but then blue and black, maybe purple. I don't know. I want to add something to this and then sand it. Maybe just black. We could just do black and then sand and make the greens come out a little bit. But let's take our last few looks. This is the last time this knife is going to look like this. I'm going to go ahead and take it apart and prep it. I really like the sound on this. It's got a really crisp, kind of fun action to it. Works great. Nice, simple, fun, smooth, flat scales, but we're going to get them looking much cooler, I think. All right. Excuse me. We will set the dinner table as I usually do for reasons I don't know. Because why not? Dinner is served. T8s, T6s. What do we get to use on this concept today? It looks like 8s, 8s, 8s. Maybe 6s on the pocket clip is what my guess is. Let's find out. So when you take a knife apart, it's good to kind of pay attention what you're doing, so it makes it easier to put back together. It's always nice if you're filming. Even if you're not making a video, you could record it, and then now you can go back and you can watch that and you can see everything in reverse. And kind of, ooh, look at where the pocket clip was. It's lighter. But you can kind of see how everything went and then get a better idea for putting it back together. Not sure if this is a captive pivot or not. It feels like it is not. It felt like this one twisted a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and loosen both sides at the same time. See what's happening already is this side is getting stuck on the barrel. Yep, it's totally stuck on that barrel. So it's kind of free spinning with it. See if I can get it loose before. Okay. And we might have these barrels stuck on one side. Maybe not. Basically, it's just if it gets stuck on one side, you end up having to grab a pliers or something. Sometimes they really put that Loctite on there or whatever, and it makes it really difficult to get a screw out. Try to make your day just a little more of a pain in the butt when you're just trying to get a knife apart. I've struggled a few times, but in the end, we'll get there. We will get there. All right, these are all coming out good. Now we just have the pivot left. So this is where I want to be cautious Okay, so it looks like the thicker side of the pivot goes in on the side that the pocket clip was on. The larger barrel, see? That piece. But there is no captive anything. Okay, so I'm going to be careful when I take this apart. There's no spring or anything, but this is a spot where we can kind of pay attention to how everything was. So we've got some nested liners. This is all stuck together. Alright, so that's what I wanted to see. So these bearings are basically the same on both sides, and so I like to pay attention to that if they are different, so that when you do put it back together, you put it back the same way that it was, just in case it matters. Sometimes it might not matter at all. Okay, there we go. And we have done it. Got everything fully apart. Here it is. The Kansept Kryo is now ready for some Dio. Ooh, sorry about that. I am not a dad, but I might have some silly dad jokes on occasion. All right, so yeah, like I said, these scales are fairly simple, flat, kind of just chamfered edge, no real contour or anything, but they are nested liners that sit in there really nice. You can see the little extra nested section for the lock. These are good looking scales though, with this green, kind of a chalky green. Comment below, what color should we do? Should we try to add, because we're only going to be able to make it darker. If you haven't seen some of the other videos, if I add like yellow or something to this, it's going to make it more brown, but it's never going to go lighter. We're not going to be able to make it not have this green. That pigment is there, so we only can add to it. So we could make it brown. We could make it darker green. We could make it kind of blue, maybe even a shade of like purple, but they're all going to be darker because it's going to be adding to this shade. Here, I'll go ahead and get this leaf out again. Like I said, this one was that color, so it was very light tan. And so we added some blues and greens to it to get it to where it is now. I'm quite fond of the weathered look. This one is going to be a little different because we don't have these lighter tans that we'll be able to get by sanding it. We'll be kind of restricted to where the green is. So I'm not quite decided exactly what I want to do with this one yet. So feedback would be excellent. Please let me know. And while you're down there, give it a like if you're enjoying the content. I've been having a good time making the videos, doing the lives on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. If you haven't had a chance to check one of those out yet, it's a good time. But I'm going to be doing a lot more custom stuff on the channel, constantly adding more dies, more laser marks, got scrimshaw action coming soon, and more titanium anodizing. A lot of fun stuff on the channel. That's going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe if you would like to see more. Helps me out and I really appreciate it. Like I said, comment below. Let me know what we want to do on this one, and we can get going on it. It's pretty much ready to rock and roll at this point. I'm not going to be doing any fades or anything like that since it's already pretty dark, so it'll be a fairly straightforward dye process, and then we get right into the sanding and weathering. So yeah, I'm excited. That's it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.